What's going on, my co-creators? I want to talk about making contributions. There's a lot going on right now. 2020, April, you know what's going on. A lot of changes in our lives are happening right now. If you don't agree with everything that's going on or a part of things that's going on, you gotta speak up. You gotta say something. You gotta let your voice be known. Do not sit back and watch the world burn just because you're afraid of your precious little lifestyle being affected. We gotta step up to the plate. We gotta be leaders. We gotta be contributors. I've been hearing people say, oh, I can't wait till things get back to normal. It don't really work like that. Anytime there's something huge that happens, whether it's manufactured or it's real or whatever, affecting so many people, things never go back to how they were before. That's not the way this world works. You gotta understand, there are people in this world, whether they know it or they don't, they are always attempting to seize power. Sometimes they don't even know what that attempt is and how it will affect generations to come. They're just bred and they're in a atmosphere where they're trying to seize power, so when something happens, whether it's real or not, they're going to take advantage of it. There's different levels to it. You can look at the basic level of a family. Trust me, when tragedy strikes, there are certain people and families that take advantage of that tragedy on their own level, and then you go above that, you go to law enforcement. There's people in law enforcement that takes advantage of the tragedy. Even if they didn't create it, they take advantage of it. Go up to your job. There's people in your job where something happened. They figure out a way to use that to their advantage. That's what people do because the system has created a bunch of folks that are clawing at each other, trying to reach some type of pinnacle that's not even a good place to even rest. But that's a whole nother subject, really. And it goes past your job, it goes to government, and it goes far beyond that. So know that anytime anything happens, whether it's created or it's real or it's fake or it's a fraud, whatever, people are going to take advantage of it on different levels. And the higher you go up, the people that's below don't really understand the bigger picture. So just know that. And if you understand that, if you can be open-minded enough to understand that, you should know that if you feel something in your heart is not right, you need to speak up. It is not the time to sit on the sidelines and not say anything. I'm not saying you need to go online and get on YouTube and start talking crazy and pulling your hair and screaming like me. You don't need to do that. You can talk to people. You can make certain stands. You can say, okay, I'm not doing that. You can just stop the process. Because what people always forget is that we are the majority. We always feel like we have to listen to everything that the government or authorities say we should do. But they are designed, supposedly, to listen to us. If you go back, quick little history, who knows if it's true, but we're going to roll with it. Revolutionary War. These Americans, they wanted to be from underneath the thumb of the British Empire. So that went the Revolutionary War. And so we won, or they won. And we're supposed to be free. But some kind of way, we're supposed to be the ones that's free. And all of a sudden, at this point now, some kind of way, instead of us telling the government what to do, the government is telling us what to do. And we just like, okay. The most dangerous word that I've ever heard in my life is, okay. Man, if it don't feel right, we got to step up. I think that a lot of us have gotten so comfortable with our lifestyles, we are willing to give away so many freedoms that we think are temporary, which they are not, just to maintain that lifestyle. Let me tell you a quick little thing about me. I come from very humble beginnings. I've been living a pretty decent life for the last 20 years. I mean, I've had up and downs, yeah. But compared to the stuff I dealt with when I was a younger man, like growing up, nothing compares to that stuff I dealt with then. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't forgot that. I haven't ever thought for a second that all of this luxury, or I don't want to say luxury, but all of the cushy parts of my life can't be taken away. I never thought for a second that it couldn't be, that I could lose it. Never did, because I know how to survive without it. I do. And I think that a lot of us have forgotten what life is for and how to survive. And we holding so tight, we trying to protect every little bit of our lives. And we just forgot what we're capable of, what we can handle, and what sometimes, in some cases, what our kids need to understand and handle. And we just give it all away with the word okay. You know, if people didn't want to do something, if they decided like, okay, I don't agree with that, they could peaceably just say, okay, I'm not doing that. And there's nothing anybody can do about it because we are the majority. So I'm bringing all that up to say that don't think that things will go back to normal. Think about 9/11. Think about the Patriot Act. Whatever you think 9/11 happened, how it happened, who cares? But that Patriot Act came in, we lost so many rights. Think about getting on a plane. I used to love getting on a plane. Now when I get on a plane, I feel like I'm being molested. I feel like I'm like a sheep going to slaughter. I hate flying because of the process to get on the plane. Some people say, well, that's keeping us safe. I hear you. I hear you. But damn, I used to love getting on a plane. It was an exciting event. Now I hate it. It's super stressful. Oh man, is there a plane I could fly where I could take my chances? I'll take that. As foolish as it sounds. I'm just saying, it's been over 20 years. What the hell? You know? And so, all I'm saying is, if you think things are going back to normal, or if you're one of the people that understand how this works, that people are constantly grabbing for power on their level, you need to speak up and say, hey, I do not want to live like that. I don't accept this and I won't do it. And you don't have to get online and do like me. Just talk to people and just make a stand. Have a certain level of dignity where you say, I'm not accepting that. We don't have to go along with everything. We don't have to be violent not to do it. But if we just keep on saying, okay, they're going to keep on digging. That's what people do. Trust me, I've done it in my own life. I'm not proud of it, but if I've been in situations when I was younger where somebody let me get away with some foolishness and I kept on pushing. What make you think that people ain't gonna do the same thing? So anyway, right now is not a time to be quiet. Right now is the time to make a contribution, say something, anything other than, okay, don't agree, push back, fight in your own way. All right? My co-creators, you are creating this life. Make sure you are in charge of your life. Do not put your life in, do not put anybody else in charge of your life. You are it. You have to protect your family and your loved ones. Keep doing that. Talk to you soon.